Right, what is going on, guys? My name is Jason Brown, and right here behind me is the BAR A60 sound system by Orbitsound. Now, they sent this to me, and I've honestly loved it, and I'm going to talk to you about what it is. If you're a follower of the channel, you know that I love Bang & Olufsen equipment, and it's actually opened my eyes to be sent this item and listen to it because it's just a different approach, and I've just enjoyed using it. Now, what I loved was that it was really easy to set up, and I think it connects to the soundbar via Wi-Fi, I'm not sure, but it just automatically paired. Now, the soundbar itself is 130 watts split over 4 drivers, so we have 2 at the front facing forward, and then 1 on each side, and that is their patented airSOUND technology, which spreads the sweet spot of the sound across the entire room. Now, the wireless subwoofer is 170 watts, and I think that's definitely powerful enough for this system. Now, this system is excellent for replacing the speakers in your television, and the subwoofer creates a great presence for films and movies. Now, although I haven't got it set up with a television right now, I have watched a film of it, and the airSOUND technology really does spread the sound across the room, sort of horizontally, so it feels like the sound is from a much bigger speaker than what it actually is. And being more of an old school guy myself, I've really enjoyed using Bluetooth and NFC and even optical input on this speaker, which I've never actually done before. So I use the optical input to connect it to my broadband television box for films and movies, and I use my laptop, I use my phone, and the phone has NFC, so I just tap it and it pairs. And before I go into sound, I'll just tell you that it's really well packaged, and it comes with UK, US power connections and the screws to mount it to your wall. So now I'm going to give you my honest opinion of the sound quality from this Orbitsound BAR A60. So as a reference, my daily sound system is the Bang & Olufsen BAR A6000 speakers powered through a Biocenter 9000. So overall, I was happy with the sound that came from the BAR A60. I felt like the punch from the subwoofer really brought out the soundbar and sort of helped it along. But if you go and turn off the subwoofer and listen to the soundbar just by itself, it's a little bit disappointing, but I think that the airSOUND technology, the way that it spreads it around the room, it makes up for it, definitely. I think it's an engineering limitation more than anything else, because the soundbar itself is made very well. It's made of wood and it feels very solid, so I think that they've done a very good job in terms of the construction of the speaker. So I'm going to talk to you about the bass, the mid and the high. So starting off with the bass, this is solely from the subwoofer. I felt like I said, it added a lot to the music. The subwoofer does have a definite thump, which I think is characteristic of a external subwoofer compared to built-in mid-bass woofers. I would be careful, however, of where you place the subwoofer. I know it's quite flexible about where you can put it, but I found if I put it against a wall that was sort of brick or solid on the house, it sounded much better than an interior wall, which could just shake and add bit of colour to the music, which you may not really want. I'd say that definitely because of the power capabilities of this subwoofer, it's very, very flexible of where you can put it, because it does deliver that performance, even if it's not like shoved in a corner in the bassiest spot. Overall, I think that a huge part of the music experience with this speaker specifically comes from the subwoofer, because it really just pushes the music out louder throughout the room. And I think it gives an illusion of extra punch and drive with these speakers. Now onto the mids, which of course come from the soundbar. I think they were okay. I'm glad that they didn't lose the mids. They are quite open. I like that in speakers where the mids are still sort of up front on the music. But it wasn't particularly clear, and I think maybe it's just a limitation of the size of the drivers. There wasn't a whole lot of detail. It was a little bit tinny. But they definitely tried. It didn't sound dull. It sounded like the drivers are really going for it. Now, in saying that, because of the airSOUND technology, the mids definitely are pushed out and into the room, and they definitely feel it. Now, onto the highs from the speaker. They obviously come from the soundbar also. I was definitely very happy with the highs. I could hear the airSOUND technology coming to play where it did. Again, it minimize the sweet spot and just spread it evenly across the room. Lovely highs. They're not particularly harsh or too present in the music. They're kept a little bit low, just the design of the thing. But very, very smooth. Smooth highs. Maybe I want them to be maybe opened up a little bit more in the top end. Be nice to hear a little bit more of them. But yeah, I like the high notes on the speaker, it's good. So in conclusion, this speaker sounds great. Any little criticisms I have, that's just me trying to explain the sound rather than criticize it, if you know what I mean. But I found myself genuinely listening to the music from the speaker, connecting via Bluetooth wirelessly, and just enjoying the thing. Really enjoyed this speaker, it's a good speaker. Now some important things to note, the construction is great from these speakers, they're definitely solid, they're quality made items. Another thing is that the support I thought was just fantastic, the best support I've ever had. And it's the only reason why I was sent a unit, because I've been offered different products from different companies and they've all been rejected apart from this company because the support was so lovely. Every email I got from them was polite and understanding, and they responded very, very quickly. Now my experience with this speaker definitely has made me think about the other speakers in the Orbitsound lineup, and I would go and try one of those other speakers because I have been impressed with what I've seen today. My name is Jason for the TheXtremesoundz Audio and Vision YouTube channel. See ya.